Hi, and welcome back. I'm Sofia. Today's topic is one of the most requested since this channel began, and it is also one of the most difficult to talk about because the people living it are often the last ones to see it clearly. Today we are talking about emotional manipulation in relationships. Not the obvious kind, not the shouting or the physical aggression that is easier to name and easier to leave. We are talking about the subtle kind. The kind that wraps itself in love language. The kind that leaves no marks but changes everything about who you are. The kind that makes you question your own memory, your own feelings, your own sanity. If you have ever walked away from an argument feeling confused about how you ended up apologizing again, this episode is for you. If you have ever thought, "Am I too sensitive?" more times than you can count, this episode is for you. Today, 6 people wrote to me about exactly that. Let's get into it. Now let's read Amy's message. Amy is 27 years old, writing to us from Seattle. My boyfriend tells me nobody else would ever love me the way he does. At first it felt romantic. Now it feels like a warning. Sofia, is this a manipulation tactic, or am I overthinking? Amy, you are not overthinking. That feeling in your gut, the one that turned something that once felt romantic into something that now feels like a threat, that is your instinct working perfectly. Nobody else would love you like I do is one of the oldest and most effective manipulation tactics in existence. Because it sounds like devotion. But what it is actually doing is quietly dismantling your sense of worth outside of this relationship. It is saying, you are not lovable without me. And once a person believes that, they stop looking for the door, even when they desperately need to find it. You deserve a love that makes you feel abundant, not a love that makes you feel lucky to be chosen. Now let's read Laura's message. Laura is 38, writing to us from Madrid, Spain. My husband uses our children against me during arguments. He says things like, "The kids would be better off if you weren't so difficult." Sofia, this destroys me every time. Is this normal conflict or something more sinister? Laura, what you are describing is not normal conflict. Using children as weapons is one of the most calculated forms of emotional manipulation because it targets the one identity you would never compromise, your role as a mother. When he says the children would be better off without your difficulty, he is not expressing a concern about the children. He is finding the most painful button he can press to make you stop, to make you shrink, to make you comply. And it works, doesn't it? Every single time. This needs to stop. Not just for you, but for your children who are watching how conflict is handled in their home. Please consider speaking to a professional, Laura, not because you are the problem, but because you deserve support in navigating this clearly. Now let's read Grace's message. Grace is 31, writing to us from Amsterdam, Netherlands. Sofia, my partner constantly threatens to leave every time I try to express my feelings. He never actually leaves, but the threat always makes me back down immediately. I feel trapped. What is this? Grace, what you are describing has a name. It is called emotional hostage-taking. And it is one of the most effective manipulation tactics because it turns your own vulnerability against you. You love him, you fear losing him, and he knows that. So every time you try to have a real conversation, every time you try to advocate for your own needs, he pulls out the one threat that guarantees your silence. Here's what I want you to notice. A person who truly wants to leave, leaves. The threat is not about leaving. The threat is about control. It is designed to teach you that expressing your feelings has consequences. And over time, it works. Until you stop expressing them altogether. Until you become someone who no longer knows what they feel because feeling anything has become too dangerous. You are not trapped by love, Grace. You are trapped by fear, and those are very different things. Now let's read Priya's message. Priya is 29, writing to us from Mumbai, India. My boyfriend monitors everything: my location, my messages, who I spend time with. When I object, he says it's because he loves me and has been hurt before. Sofia, where does protectiveness end and control begin? Priya. That line, where does protectiveness end and control begin, is one of the most important questions in any relationship. And here is my answer. Protectiveness keeps you safe. Control keeps you small. A partner who loves you trusts you. Full stop. Past hurt is real, and it deserves compassion, but his past experiences do not give him the right to monitor your every movement. What he experienced before you is his wound to heal, with support, with therapy, with his own inner work. It is not your responsibility to shrink your entire life to manage his insecurity. Ask yourself this: do you feel loved when he monitors you, or do you feel watched? Because love should never feel like surveillance. Now let's read Chloe's message. Chloe is 33, writing to us from Stockholm, Sweden. My husband constantly compares me to his ex, how she cooked better, dressed better, handled things better. When I get upset, he says I'm being insecure. Sofia, am I insecure, or is he being cruel? Chloe, you are not insecure. You are being compared, repeatedly, deliberately, and then gaslit for having a completely natural human response to it. Let me be clear. There is no version of a loving relationship where a partner consistently holds up their ex as the gold standard against which you are measured and found lacking. That is not honesty. That is cruelty with a thin excuse. And then telling you that your hurt feelings are actually your insecurity? That is manipulation, layered on top of cruelty. You are not competing with his ex. You are his wife. And the moment he chose you, the comparisons should have ended. If they haven't, that is his failure, not yours. And now let's read our final message. This one is from Diane. Diane is 35, from Buenos Aires, Argentina. Sofia, my partner always has a way of making me feel like my emotions are too much. When I cry, he calls me dramatic. When I get angry, he calls me unstable. I have started hiding how I feel completely. Is this normal? Diane. No, it is not normal. And what you just described in your last sentence, I have started hiding how I feel completely, that is the most heartbreaking part of your message, because that is exactly what this kind of manipulation is designed to achieve. When someone consistently labels your emotions as dramatic or unstable, they are not describing your feelings. They are dismissing them, training you to believe that your inner world is a problem, too loud, too much, until you learn to silence yourself completely. Your emotions are not too much, Diane. They are yours. They are valid. And you deserve a partner who meets them with curiosity and care, not with a label designed to make you ashamed of feeling them. 6 messages today. 6 different faces of the same quiet devastation, being slowly reshaped by someone who was supposed to make you feel safe. I want to leave you with this. Manipulation in a relationship rarely announces itself. It creeps in slowly, disguised as love, disguised as concern, disguised as passion. And by the time you notice something is wrong, you have often already lost a piece of yourself you cannot quite name. But here's what I know. The fact that you wrote to me means that piece of you is still fighting, still asking questions, still refusing to believe that this is simply how love feels. Trust that part of you. It knows the truth, even when everything else is confused. What topic do you want us to cover next? Drop it in the comments. Your question might just become our next episode. If today meant something to you, please like this video and subscribe so you never miss an episode. I'm Sofia. Take care of your heart.